is, most of us aren't good enough to live out our childhood dream and play ball professionally. But what if we could celebrate America's pastime at an all-ages welcome, interactive, all-star packed environment? Ho ho! It's time to play ball, kids, because we're going to the All-Star Game FanFest. Hey David, what's going on? Major League Baseball FanFest. It's great! Look at this. Anyone ever called you before the Jacob the Jeweler of baseball pop-up art?
I've been called the Madonna of the art world. I've been called, yes, definitely.
Andy, I see you've got a rather large piece of memorabilia there. What is that?
This is a seat back from a box seat at Milwaukee County Stadium. Figured I'd bring it here, try to get Raleigh Fingers on it.
Alongside the greatest reliever in MLB history and the finest mustache, it's Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh, how the fans treating you today?
I love these fan fests. I wish they had this when I was a kid.
How long is it going to take me if I want to grow a Raleigh Fingers?
Maybe 3 months.
3 months?
You gotta let it go, though.
I've been telling my wife I wanted to let it go for a long time.
I'm going to give you this tiny little glove.
Yeah, perfect. It looks like it's my size. And the crowd goes wild. Is there a cold tub around? I may have sprained my shoulder. Now let's try and throw some strikes with some classic baseball windups. The No-Mo. The Quisenberry. Speed pitch. Probably gonna top out around 148, huh? You double that, right? What's your favorite thing you've seen at FanFest all day?
Probably the base stealing. The kids look like they're having fun on that.
Did you try it?
No way.
I did.
Yeah, really?
Partially torn Achilles. I walked through the door, I was already on the 15-day DL. Here we go! Wow! I'm out of breath. I really should do that more often. Wait a second. If you're here, who's making my cookies? Check it out. Big Poppy style. It's a small man hand for a guy that hits the ball that far.
And I also thought the same thing. They have small hands.
What is that, Pedroia? Laser Show has lady fingers. Smells like baseball. Joined now by the great Jack Morris. Pitched one of the greatest postseason games in MLB history. Now, if there's any one thing you could bring back from the old-time days, I'd love to see the bullpen cart come back in.
I'd like to see the pitch count go out. I'd like to see interleague disappear. I would like to see a balanced schedule. I'd like to see one less wild card. I'd like to see the season be pure again.
You just put the fest inside this fan. Thank you. Nothing says Midsummer Classic like a sip of Midsummer Classic. Now here I was thinking that a wine celebrating the Mets would probably taste a little disappointing.
We've heard that.
So many balls. Toys. Yes. So many toys. Probably some of my finest work I've ever done. Tailgate fan was here. Delighted to be at FanFest in the presence of the newly crowned Miss USA, Erin Brady. As someone who represents the USA and the state of Connecticut, what team would that make you a fan of?
Connecticut, it teeters both ways, right? But I'm in New York, so I'm a fan of New York Yankees.
Oh man, but a million Red Sox fans just cried out.
Their heart is broken, I know.
How does the sash feel?
It feels great.
Is there any chance I might be able to put it on for just a second?
Yeah.
And people say dreams don't come true. Here he comes, Mr. FanFest 2013.
'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Yeah! Play ball! Oh, somebody buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack, because I don't care if I ever get back. Now that's what I call fun for a fan child of any age. Coming to you from the Major League Baseball All-Star Game FanFest in New York, this is Nick Stevens for Tailgate Fan. And until we see you next time, we'll keep the party going. All-Star Rock! Yeah!